Yes, yes. If you guys were listening from the jump, which I hope you were, I announced that we have singer-songwriter Raquel Liane in the building. How are you?
I'm really good. I'm excited to be here.
Yes, thank you for being here. How was your weekend? What did you do?
My weekend. Ooh. So I'm a wedding singer. So I was doing that. Yeah. I performed this weekend. It was like our first gig back for the wedding season. It's getting real busy now. So.
Oh yeah, springtime weather.
Yeah.
Let people know, how can they book you for weddings?
Oh,
plug it.
I mean, I work with EBE, so you can, if you go to the EBE website, you click on Dreamtime. That's our band. And you'll see me there. You can come to a showcase on Tuesday. It's real fun. Yeah, we're a good time.
I know that's right. Make sure you guys book with Raquel Liane and her band, guys. Get in for a good time. Mm-hmm. So are you ready to get into this interview?
Yeah. I'm excited.
All right. So first and foremost, what inspired you to pursue a career in music?
I started singing like really young. So even before I knew why I wanted to do music, I wanted to do music. But I guess my journey started in musical theater, and so I was doing that for a while until I left college, and I had to find myself. I didn't really know who I was, so I started releasing my own music really as a way to I guess discover who I was and everything. I started writing my own songs to kind of create a narrative that I was happy with, and yeah, I guess that's what inspired me to really push my own music out there.
See, I like that. And the fact that you said that you took a pause and a break so you could find yourself. Do you feel like because you're in musical theater, you're constantly portraying other characters, so you don't have time to find yourself? Do you feel like that played a part into it?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Especially when you're young in the game too, and you're going to school for it, you have a lot of people in your ear telling me what you should be, who you should be trying to play, typecasting, things like that. So it's kind of just oh, I don't know, where do I fit in? And I'm not sure. So yeah, you don't really have time to find yourself, which funny enough, it's you really do have to kind of know yourself in order to play somebody else. But it's yeah,
you had to work around it.
Yeah, you just had to figure it out. And I kind of got lost. So I had to pause.
See, I ain't mad at that. And now that you found yourself and started creating your own music, how would you define your sound as a music artist? And what do you believe makes you unique and stand out amongst others in the music industry?
So my music is I want to say it's blended, and I'm still discovering my sound every day, but I do feel like I found a sweet spot between R&B, electronic kind of sounds, and I really like to incorporate my culture as well, because I'm Puerto Rican, and so I've really been trying to push out songs with Spanglish as well, just to mix in all the cultures that I've been exposed to in my whole life, and so I feel like my music champions the person who's in the middle. Just the mixed kind of genre. And then I speak about self-love a lot. So I guess that's what's unique, is instead of always speaking about my love songs are usually more introspective rather than outward love songs. I kind of consider them love letters to myself.
Right. And you then fainting on the floor or rolling down the wall about some man.
Right. Which, I have some like that, but lately it's not so much the focus.
Yeah, we all about affirmations around here.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, what kind of message do you like to relate through music? You said that you're all about self-love, so expand on that a little bit more.
Yeah. So self-love, let's see, when did it start? So my first EP, Finding Love in Real Time, actually the way I came about that title is when I was going through what I was going through, I was too fixated on the future. I was very okay, when I get here, I'll be able to love I'll have time to love myself more, or I'll be happy when I have this much money, or when I create this goal, when I do this and do that. But I really had to focus on finding myself and falling in love with myself, in the real time. In the present, I was not present at all. So I think self-love for me was really accepting myself for who I was right then and there, and who I am right now. Like, you know, before any accolades, before anything actually happens, before I have the money, you know, like
absolutely.
I'm complete right now. There's no other time than right now. So
I love that. You sound so fulfilled.
Yeah, it took a little, you know, it took a journey to get here, but I've been very, very happy. So it's been good. Yeah.
And speaking on that, how would you say your music has evolved since you first started? Because it sounds like you went through quite a journey to figure out your niche and where you land. So how do you feel like you've evolved?
Yeah, I definitely feel like my sound has definitely gotten a little bit more in depth as far as like personally, it's more introspective than even it was before. It's I feel like it's kind of borderlining on like spiritual a little bit.
Okay.
Which I love. I mean, I am very spiritual myself, so I find I'm always like, I really like the airy sounds, you know, very like smooth and sultry. So I feel like it's evolved from there. And I've also started producing a little bit too. So that's kind of helped me find my sound a little bit as well. You know, I've just been trying a lot of stuff. And so I'm still kind of finding it, to be honest.
Come on, Miss Explorer. I'm here for it. And now, we talked about this off camera, but you had mentioned that you're from North Jersey and now you're living in the Philly area. So how would you say living in both Jersey and Philly has influenced music in your life and your artistic style?
That is such a good question.
Thank you.
First off, being from Jersey, I feel like you're exposed to a lot of different cultures, a lot of different things. So stylistically, I just feel like it makes sense why I want to genre bend a lot. And I just like jump from like a few different styles from here and there, because I've always been like so exposed to EDM, R&B. I mean, and in Jersey, EDM is really popular.
Right.
Like, yeah, they love house. They love like any kind of electronic music. But also R&B, like my first love, because I grew up on that. My mom, like, she listens to R&B as well. And so she was always. But then, of course, like, I love my salsa and I love my reggaeton and everything too. So it's just kind of like I've always being in Philly, it's kind of just like all of it mixed in. It's just a big, like a mosaic.
Yes, you're like a big
That's
old
how I
melting
feel.
pot.
That's how I feel a lot about myself. I think almost, to be honest, being Puerto Rican and then being American and then being like a mixed Puerto Rican as well is kind of just like, I just feel like I've always been in the middle, just kind of like pieces, just taking pieces from, you know, different cultures, everything from like, you know, everything that I am, I'm just a big mosaic. So
come on now, I'm here for it. And speaking of, we have to finally get into your music. So can you tell our listeners about your song Chillando? What's that all about?
Oh, Chillando. I love Chillando. I actually wrote that not too long after, it might have been like 6 months after I was going through a breakup, and I had finished that song like 6 months after. I was on my way to my first So Far Sound show in Miami.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was cool.
Okay.
I know. It was super cool. I was on my way, and I remember I was in my car, and I had that beat like saved for a while, and I had no idea what I was gonna do with it. But then I just randomly started listening to it and brought it up. I was like in the car, and I was just like, well, let me pass some time. And the lyrics just like poured out of me, but it was like perfect because it's like such a Miami sound. Like, you know, it's like so, so Miami. And so, I ended up doing it in Spanglish because I've been wanting, that's been the goal. Like, I've been wanting to do more Spanglish stuff. And, and I had my mom help me because I can speak and I can understand and everything, but like writing in Spanish is a whole nother animal. But so she helped me a lot, and And yeah, that song, I just realized like I was really happy at that time I still am, but I was really happy at that time in my singleness.
Yep.
And I was just like trying to bask in it. I was like, man, don't hit up my phone. Leave me alone. I am really excited to just get back to my house, watch some TV with some wine. And like it was really a time.